real slugger who can definitely deliver a knockout punch.
Yeah, it should be a good match this, Phil. Really looking forward to it. The effervescent John Higgins against the young man who's become very quickly a big hero back in his home country, Iran. Played wonderfully well, didn't he, to win that shootout. Beating Mark Williams in the final, finishing out with a wonderful century. Really top player, Hossein Vafaei. Be interesting to see. I know he's not beaten John Higgins yet in tournament play, but as the boy said in studio, he's got a chance. John Higgins coming into this tournament, not with the greatest of form, Phil, has he? The way he played up in Northern Ireland. Maybe wanting to put that right in such a big and prestigious tournament as the Champions, of course, is.
Yeah, the bookmakers make Higgins 4-9 favourites. Hossein Vafaei 9-5 to win the match, 66-1 to win the tournament, and I think that's quite generous. I rate him highly.
Yeah, and of course, best of sevens as well. It's a very short sprint. So the top seeds are a little bit vulnerable, you would expect. Maybe one or two shocks. The early stage of this tournament. Will this be one? He's going to have to play well, Hussein, because that's what he's up against. John Higgins, one of the best safety players that's ever played the game, so he's going to have to compete in that department, but most importantly, score when he gets the chances.
Sometimes containment is all there is. Now this red is very reminiscent of the red he knocked in against Mark Williams in the shootout final. Screwed back, made 71, lifted the trophy. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's not taking it on though, Phil. It's just that brown is just a little bit awkward for his bridging to take that red on. So he's going to be a little bit more prudent. Wait for a better opportunity. Both players won't like the fact that the black has gone safe. And that's a slight error. Okay, he's got a good white, but he's left this red into the bottom right hand corner pocket. And he's just looking to see if he plays a cannon on the next red. Could he maybe stay in the black or even knock that red towards the black and maybe knock it over this bottom left corner pocket? That would be a shot. But this is not a gimme. I played it well. Played it well. Always when you're going into another ball, just take your eye off it slightly, but he stayed very still on the shot there, didn't he? Lovely shot.
Early test of cueing, technique and nerve. thought he'd fluked it.
Higgins, 1.
I'm a bit surprised he played it this hard. He could have played for that red, just what we see in the pictures. We almost see the blue going in. The red just to the right of the pink he could have played for there.
One.
Good pot. I'd like to get the blue back on its spot. Just got to avoid the green here. Played a cue ball here with a lot of right hand side just to avoid the green. Maybe played either the other way, yeah, with left hand side to avoid it on the other side. Now, how's your look? Not great.
Six.
Could take this red on, may even get on the black. Once again, requires really good cueing this. Well played. Is he on the black? It's pretty tight.
7.
He's having a good look. Oh, it's very close. Very, very close indeed. Maybe too dangerous to take on.
And that shows the fine tolerances of snooker, because had he potted the red into the middle of the pocket, he would have been on the black. No ifs, buts or maybes, but he just caught it slightly too thin.
Hossein Vafaei, 7.
You're right though, Ken, about his performance to win the shootout, the tournament that qualified him for here. He was simply sensational in the history of the shootout. No one's played better collectively over the course of the tournament to win it. Started out with a century against Peter Devlin, 1-2-3, then made other breaks of 83, 54, a couple of 71s, all the way through. He was dominant, and it's a very tough format to make breaks in.
Yeah, completely agree. And of course, you know, the noise of the crowd as well. You've got to have really good concentration in that particular event. 10-minute frames.
The smoke. Mars, would you mention it? Oh? Okay, okay. Marcel will mention the smoke, that's key.
I think he's just complaining about a bit of smoke at the entrance of the both players. It's probably still in the air. Well, he went all out attack there, but it's gone wrong. He's left this red just left of the black spot. Not quite sure what he can hold for the pink here, but he may go up for the blue or the green. Preferably the blue, you would say. Yeah, nice shot.
1.
It's always handy having the blue on its spot. You're going to win a frame. Pink is in the out, but it's not straightforward here. Yellow is his choice. May look at the blue a little bit later on, but he's got the red into the same pocket as the yellow. But these reds just around the pink spot, all sort of blocking each other.
3.
That's what it's just going through his mind at the moment. How can he attack that bunch? Play some sort of little cannon. And wouldn't take a lot to open them. Just trying to get a good angle on his next colour here.
Early indications, Ken, the table is playing beautifully. Gliding, isn't it?
Yeah, probably took him a little bit by surprise, that shot, because he's sort of overrun it, Phil, a little bit for this yellow. It's not a great angle on the yellow, particularly if he wants to try and, as I said, disturb those 6 reds around the pink. So he may have to play for a loose red here. The one at the bottom of those reds, the loose one that's in open play, and he's got on it nicely, it looks like.
6.
Doesn't want to be
7.
straight on the pink. I think he's just run perfectly. Now he's got to pot the pink, play some sort of cannon into those 2 reds just to the right of it. Yeah, nicely played.
Thirteen. Fourteen.
It's not been the most electrifying start of the season for John Higgins, but the fact remains, in quite a few matches he's lost, he's played well. That one wasn't well played.
20.
Yeah, he'd be very disappointed with that misjudged cannon on those reds. It was a good opportunity for John Higgins. Yeah, trying to catch that red full ball and just caught it the wrong side of it, quarter ball. Nothing on for him here, just to get a good cue ball back in the balk area.
Just to put some numbers on what I was saying,
John Higgins,
European
20.
Masters, he lost to Scott Donaldson in the first round, Higgins, but he made breaks of 101, 81 and 62 in that match. In the British Open, we saw him lose 4-3 to Yuan Sejun. Again, made a 132, a 78, a 65, a 64. Lost that 4-3 on the black. He's coming up against players who are performing very nicely, as Marco Fu did in the semi-finals of the Hong Kong Masters. And talking of nice, how about that from Vafaei? What a red to dig out.
Yeah, it was lovely. And a lovely little kiss as well, just to hold for the brown. Has this cue ball, needs to run a little bit more, just about.
5.
I think he's just on that red, just to the right. It's pretty tight. As you can see from there, he may just have enough of the red just to pot it, play for the pink into the right centre. He's going to play for into the left centre, but he's okay.
6.
You wouldn't say this was a really good frame winning chance with those 2 reds just to the right of the black. He's going to have to
12.
disturb them. Well, he certainly get a few points on the board before that.
13.
Just overrun the cue ball. Wanted to be straighter on that pink.
$90. 20.
Doesn't hang around, Vafaei. When he's in the balls, he's very stylish.
Yeah. Very quick
26.
player. Got a nice touch as well. But he's got a lot of power in that cue as well when he needs it. Really good, solid cue action, and even as a setup there, you can see stays nice and still on the shot.
27.
It's okay. May have played for that red into the right centre, but as
34.
we spoke about, this table is running beautifully at the moment. He's got the red into the bottom right corner and taking that black, of course, now releases those two reds just beneath it, so it doesn't need a cannon on those. They're both potable. So now all of a sudden, good opportunity to win the frame from this visit.
35.
It was well worked out. Black puts him 28 points in the lead, so red and black will be 35, but still 35 remaining. He's going to need that last red.
43.
Oh, well, once again, I did say about the cue power that he has, and he just barely touched that, didn't he, Phil? I mean, look at the reaction he's got. He's got too much into the cue ball there.
Yeah, he's one of these players who generates backspin so easily. Oh, well done.
That was a beautiful shot, wasn't it? Because there was pressure on that shot.
49.
This is a really good break. What I like about him, Phil, he's not afraid to take on the big shot, is he? You know, he got down, even though there was pressure on that pink, he just got down as if it was
57.
elementary. That's a good break.
59.
Yeah, there I was, telling you about the fact that John Higgins this season has come up against some inspired opponents. Just as I'm relaying that information,
62.
Vafaei knocks in a red. No one could have expected, and this is the consequence. Higgins has got another tiger by the tail.
71. Seventy-seven.
84, the excellent break, and that means Iran lead. When you go through a very lengthy career, as John Higgins has done, you do get periods where you come up against opponents who consistently play well, and you think, what have I got to do to win? Tournament after tournament, week after week, you're playing rivals who are at the top of their form. It looks as though Hossein Vafaei might well be at the top of his form and could well pose big problems for the 2016 Champion of Champions.
Good cue ball, but as you see, he's got a customary red here. Cue ball back around the back of the black. Quite wide with the red. The attempt at a pot, but still not the cue ball exactly where he wanted it. The second part of that shot.
We've established it's 3-0 to Higgins in head-to-heads. The first meeting between these two was routine, 4-1 in the Northern Ireland Open 5 years ago. Then they met in the Indian Open in 2019 in Kochi. Higgins led 3-0, was pegged back to 3-3, made 104 in the decider to win 4-3. And the last time they played was in the first round of the Players' Championship here on ITV earlier this year in Wolverhampton. Higgins was 2-0 down, but from 3-3, played brilliantly. He made 3 centuries in that match, actually. And I think he might need to replicate that kind of form this afternoon.
Yeah, I think so. He's going to be well aware of how the evidence of the first frame, how well his opponent is cueing. He's got to get that cue ball very tight to the bulk area. Otherwise, his opponent is going to keep the pressure on him. Yeah, if he's just having a look here, if he plays a containing safety shot, leaves the cue ball somewhere near this bottom right corner pocket, he's got to make sure that he doesn't leave a red to the left middle. Now, what's the cue ball here? He's got to make sure that that red just to the right of pink is not on. And he's played it nicely. He's got the block and the cover. He knew exactly where he wanted to put the cue ball there, and he's played it perfectly well. He won't be happy with that, Hossein. He wanted to really keep that cue ball on the right hand side of the brown as we look, because he's got a straightforward safety shot here, John Higgins. The cue ball had been 6 inches to the right, the brown would have blocked this pathway. Excellent return. And these are the type of shots we're talking about. He's not afraid to take these on if he wants to. As I said, he's got plenty in the queue to be able to screw the ball back towards the bulk area. This time he refuses it. He's the type of player, isn't he, Phil, is saying he'll be really relishing the opportunity of playing against one of the greats, John Higgins. It's a real true test.
Yes, indeed, relishing it, because Vafaei is one of those players who absolutely believes in his ability to beat anyone, anytime.
Yeah, and of course, as well as a test of his talent, it's a test of his mind, his confidence, concentration. Everything has to be spot on when you're playing a player of John Higgins' ilk. But I'm sure it's something that he's absolutely loving every bit of it. these two reds are planted into this bottom left corner pocket. I don't think they're dead set, but he may be able to make it. I'm quite sure of the line. There you see it. They're not, as you see, not set. Be a difficult one to negotiate, that plant. He's having a good look at it though. Just wondering, is the red just above those? Is that available into this left corner pocket as well? He may be having a go at that. Now here's where his cue par comes into play. Watch the cue ball here. It's not bad. Could have been a lot worse, this. Higgins is looking at the plant as well. Pretty dangerous. There's a little bit of a gap, as you can see there, between the two reds, so it is makeable. Very risky.
First priority there, not to bring any rogue reds back down the table, which Higgins did not. Cue ball deep in bulk. That will do.
You may take this red on here, Phil. Yeah, and once again, screwing the cue ball back.
Such a useful shot to have in the armoury. Back in the 80s, Bill Werbenick from Canada was tremendous at that shot. Our own Neil Foulds was superb also.
I was on the other I was on the other end of that that list. Not a shot I had in my armoury, that's for sure. Wow, that's a wonderful shot. Lovely punt. A little bit unlucky where the cue ball is finished, but that was excellent. Another nicely cued shot there. To get a lot of pace in the cue ball there and off the cushion. He has done. He purposely played for this red into the left corner. Got to avoid the red close to the black spot. Oh, well. That went in off the other red. That was a fluke. Have a look at this one. Not intended, that.
That was a magician's fluke or a wizard's. Sleight of hand. Hopes no one notices.
Struggling here with
12.
position. Now can he dig out another long red into this left corner pocket? Red just to the right of the pink does pot into this left corner. Maybe not. Good safety though. Excellent cue ball.
John Higgins, 12.
So formidable. He's here because he won the Championship League last winter, beat Stuart Bingham in the overall final 3-2. In the decider, he was 44 down and he made an 88 clearance of the very highest quality. It wasn't easy at all. And he just kept knocking in pressure pots to win the whole shebang. And now another opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, he had him. John, he had his opponent in all sorts of trouble there. Had to make an exact contact on that red. Got it too full, and now that's the opportunity he was waiting for here. Plenty of reds available. Pink is available, even black maybe into the left centre.
Six. Seven.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get the green back on the spot. Just gets it out of the way of that right centre pocket. The one red that would really open up this break, that red just to the right of the black spot. That would clear the black at least into the left corner pocket. Just maybe for a few shots time, but just one red that he'd be thinking about, trying to get out of the way of that black spot. As I said, he will. Get a few points on the board here for us. Keep a good control of that cue ball.
Eleven. $16.
Yeah, didn't mean to cannon that red, but it's still okay. He's played that nicely. Now, can he get on that red?
70.
He can play on two reds here. Red into the right corner, that red just right of the black spot, red into left corner. Wow.
20.
Cue ball has run to an awkward position here. I want to be a bit straighter on this red. Not straightforward, this.
The red was right into the heart of the pocket, but he could not avoid all of that traffic.
Yeah, he's just struggling a little bit with the cue ball, wasn't it? I mean, as we talked about the speed of the table, that cue ball flew off that top cushion for his intended red. So maybe just a safety here, put the yellow safe. Well, he hasn't played
John
that very
Higgins,
well.
23.
Very surprising from John Higgins. Wanted that yellow tight on the right hand side cushion, wanted the cue ball tight on the ball cushion. Very uncharacteristic from him.
I think the speed of the table is even more impressive when you consider this is the first session of the first day. If you're going to get a sluggish table that quickens up as the week goes on, it's normally at its slowest on day one of a tournament. If this one quickens up, it will take some controlling.
Yeah, sometimes the table takes a little bit of time just to settle in. Particularly if the arena has been cold, you know. Dampness sometimes sets into the cloth, but not on this occasion. Looks beautiful. This could be a mistake. He may be on this red. And has he got the cover? I think he's got the cover. He's being fortunate there.
This round, Ken, already lengthier than the first, and we still have 8 reds to pot.
Tough shot, this. Very tough. In all sorts of trouble there, and hasn't got away with it. Just wants the cue ball clean. Probably spotted a bit of chalk maybe on it.
The refereeing team this week, top notch. Brendan Moore, Marcel Eckhart, and our official for this one, Desislava Boshilova. Well, I don't think it was a kick, but a big break here from Hossein Vafaei would be a real kick to Higgins' chances. Had that gone in, surely he would have equalised.
Yeah, surprise and missed.
One.
No, what a chance here for Hossein to reduce his arrears in this frame. I'd love to get on that red that's closest to this bottom right corner pocket. That would release the red above it, and of course, if he can get on this red here, may be able to get on the black straight after it. Needs to go. Yeah, he's okay. Now, will he play for the black into the left centre pocket? Just going to come around, have a look. Yeah, see quite clearly goes. And that would certainly be very important if he was going to try and win the frame from this visit.
5.
That was nicely played.
Well.
This is actually Hossein Vafaei's second match in as many days, while John Higgins had to just prepare by practicing for this tournament. Vafaei yesterday played at the Morningside Arena in Leicester in the English Open qualifiers. Got through the first round there, beating Zhang Jian Kang 4-2.
20.
That, though,
Hossein Vafaei, 20.
was entirely unexpected.
Oh, what a let off for John Higgins there. Came right across the cue ball there. That one will hurt.
One.
Well, the yellow that he didn't actually put tight on this right hand side cushion. He's probably come to his rescue here. Oh, he's played this nicely. Red for right centre pocket. Lovely. Nicely controlled.
3.
The difference 18 points. Won't need that red. That's tight on the right hand side cushion. That's better.
4.
Yeah, does he play a little cannon here? Does he try and drop in behind one of these reds? He's played a little cannon. He's played it lovely. Excellent shot.
11.
And as soon as that came off, he looked up at the scoreboard to see exactly what he'd got to do from here. Not a great deal, really. Black, red, one more colour.
Yeah, these have got to be given a lot of care and attention, these reds. He's got to play it with a bit of pace.
19.
As you see, he didn't try and get really out on the black. He was making sure of the red because it puts him 35 in front with 35 remaining. Desperate to pot this black here. Yeah, well played.
$27.
So that misread from Hossein has cost him this frame, you would feel. Straight out of the blue, wasn't it, Phil? I didn't expect him, the way he was queuing, to miss that red.
Higgins, 27.
Well, there's an adage in snooker, isn't there? You know, queuing round corners. And that was the quintessential queue around a corner. Vafaei won't be giving up the ghost, but If Higgins needed a couple of snookers and roles reversed, you wouldn't discount his chances. I think Vafaei's are limited.
Yeah. Not many frames, John. Higgins has lost in his career from a position like this. 42 points in the lead. 35 remaining. 2 4-point snookers are, of course, possibility of a 1 4-point snooker and maybe a free ball.
One of his most painful defeats came in that British Open final against Nigel Bond all those years ago, when Bond needed a snooker in the decider. Got it, and eventually won on the black, but that was 1 snooker, not 2.
Great effort. Another couple of inches with the cue ball. And it would have been nice, but I think he's left this red on for John Higgins.
Our first match of the day was rather one-sided. You get the impression this is going to be the opposite. Keenly contested.
7. 9.
Mark Selby's got his feet up already in the quarterfinals, waiting for the winner of this one. He won't mind if it goes the distance and maximum mental energy is expended.
$16. 21.
29-minute frame in which Hossein Vafaei had a great chance, but champion of champions. It's the second match of the tournament. Mark Selby already through very convincingly. Selby beat Lee Walker, the world seniors champion, 4-0 first up. Now John Higgins and Hossein Vafaei are doing battle to provide Selby's opposition tonight in the quarterfinals. And by the way, before this frame gets into the meat of things, must congratulate my co-commentator Ken Doherty on a 147 break in an exhibition on Saturday night in Dublin. There's life in the old dock yet.
Yeah. Last 147 I got, I think it was playing darts, Phil, so I was surprised as anybody else, but yeah, it was nice. Good night in Fox GEA Club in Dublin. He's left the possibility of this red into the left corner. Excellent pot. And beautiful control. Stayed lovely and still, didn't he, on the shot? Now, it's not the greatest of angle on the blue to go into the pack. It's a little bit more acute than he would have liked. But there are a couple of reds available. red just above the black here. Doesn't want to be covered by the red on the left hand side. No, it's just held up enough.
3.
Well, this is nicely played. He's got a nice angle on this red. He can just brush the red away from the black here. Oh.
Hossein Vafaei. 3.
You know the chief priority is spotting the red. You know that. But you can't stop concentrating on the positional cannon. It's just natural.
Yeah, it's always the case, isn't it, when you're going into other balls, potting the ball, it just gotta give it that little bit more concentration. Just sort of takes your eye line away from the pot. This has drifted. I think he's left this red. He's claiming the cue ball drifted to the right as we look. Needed a fuller contact on that red. I think he's left it.
One.
Just caught that red a hair thicker than he needed to pot it into the middle of the pocket, and that helped hold the cue ball. This table is like lightning.
This requires a good positional shot. It's the red just below the pink into this right corner pocket, right in the middle of the pack there. I think he's got on it nicely. That was, yeah, a lovely shot. Now he may play into the two reds just to the right as we look. Play for black or pink here. He's played for black.
6.
I think the red at the bottom of the pack may pot into the left corner pocket, so I'm not quite sure what he needs to go into the reds here. Let's have a look. Yeah, that one red at the bottom of the pack does go. Played it lovely.
30.
This is a shot. Try and get into the gap. You see the gap between the red and the left hand side and the bunch of 5. Try and get in that little gap there. Split these reds open. Well, no. He's playing for the loose red again. I thought he played into the bunch there. Even though that red was on, Phil, he's going to have to play a cannon into those reds eventually.
22.
So now the angle is there. He's going to play into the bunch, you would feel now. As you look, it's okay. He's got a red into the right centre.
29.
And now, as a multiple world champion at this level, this is a frame winning chance.
30.
He's always been the same, Ken. The
33.
way he compiles a break, he's always looking for value.
Yeah. And that's what makes him one of the best break builders the game has ever seen. And he's overhit that though. Playing for the blue into the right centre, and once again, speed of the table is catching both of these players out. Yeah, just he weighs up the possibilities, doesn't he? I mean, there was one chance there where I mentioned he could have gone into the pack a little bit earlier, took the loose red, and then went into the pack. Now one more
39.
good pot and position. And it should be straightforward here for John Higgins. Once again, gotta get a good cue ball here. Top of the black. Nicely played.
40.
May play a little cannon, will he, into the pink here? Just to hold the cue ball. Red or pink will do. With the cue ball here. Maybe even both. Nicely played. Lovely. Now back in prime position.
47.
Earlier this season, he went over 900 century breaks in professional competition. 904 is the tally right now. And even in matches he's lost this season, he scored heavily. The prime example of that being his defeat by Marco Fu in the Hong Kong Masters. Higgins made 2 centuries, a 91 and 83, 2 more over 50, and lost 6-5. So his scoring power has been there.
63.
Yeah, I think that's
64.
one of the great things about John Higgins, Mark Williams, and even Ronnie O'Sullivan, that as they got older in years, they haven't slowed down in the scoring department. They're still as strong as ever when they do get the chance.
69.
They're still knocking in centuries on a pile of them every season. You may not see a century in this frame, but still a wonderful break from John Higgins to win it, and he's back in control in this match.
Wow. John Higgins 70. Hossein Vafaei 7. John Higgins 9.
Yeah, the nod of concession has arrived from Hossein Vafaei. That was vintage Higgins. Got a chance and seized it clinically. He's in front at 2-1.